And good evening, hockey fans in Newfoundland and Labrador, across Canada and around the world via the internet. We welcome you inside the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium here in Grand Falls, Windsor. We've got a game in the Newfoundland and Labrador Major Hockey League, the under-18s, between the Pinnacle Growlers and the Traction Central Impact. Let's quickly pop up inside the booth, see how quickly we can do it. Let's do it fancy way again. What do you say we do that? There we are. George Scott, Robert Golding with you again this evening, bring you this game. Good game last night. The Traction Impact kept the Growlers in check through 40 minutes, but the Growlers really took off in that third period. The Impact had led it 2-0 in the second. Growlers ended up winning it 5-2, but they were all over the Impact in the third.
Yeah, it was a like I really liked what they, from the Impact perspective, they done for 40 minutes, George. So it was a good 40 minutes for them, not a good game. And I mean that they gave up a couple of quick goals in the third period. And then they were just, it seemed like they were constantly fighting and getting in the way themselves. And I know people will, dissect the game and everything you want. But the bottom line is, if you don't get the puck in over center and you're constantly trying to retrieve the puck over center, you're going to lose.
Yeah, pretty much all the game was played down to our right in the Impact end of that third period. They just could not get the puck out of their own end. And when they did, it was just a dump out, and then it was coming right back in again. No time spent down here. No pressure.
No offensive zone time. No puck possession. And so not only that, and George, you know, and you've alluded to the fact that when you're playing basketball, when you're on defense, it requires hard work, right? You're running more. Seems like you're running more. Well, when you're playing defense in your own zone, in a hockey game, you're chasing the puck more and you tire more, or it seems like you tire more. If you have 40 seconds in the offensive zone and you got puck possession, you're not as tired as when you're in the defensive zone and you're chasing the puck. So then when you get an opportunity to get the puck, you're dumping it out, you got to change up, get back in again, and there was no momentum at all for consecutive shifts. They had what I call, George, two good offensive shifts. I'm talking about the Impact now. Yeah. Two good offensive shifts in the third period, and that was about it.
Yeah.
When you're down by three, and when you're down by 3 goals, it's just not going to cut it.
Yeah, they had a chance late in the game. They were down by 2. They had a power play with just over 3 minutes left. Pulled the goaltender, 6-on-4. Never had possession of the puck in the Growlers,
short-handed.
And of course gave up the short-handed one.
Yeah, that's tough.
With the empty net, in all fairness. But everything just did not go right for the Impact last night. Well, they got to do different tonight. They want to turn this around and try and get a game out of this series.
Well, one of the things that I think that they got to do, George, in the first 2 periods last night, they won a lot of board battles. And I can remember listening to your announcing last night, and you talked about they lost a couple of the battles, particularly in the third period. Oh, yeah. And I don't know, I can't attribute to anything in particular, but tonight you cannot lose board battles against an offensive team such as the Growlers. The Growlers, George, are not going to panic. If they did, you wouldn't see how much they're out in front. And really, they got outplayed in 2 periods. They got outplayed in 2 periods last night, and they came back and they were even Steven. However, Impact need to win more board battles and get in a little closer.
All right, time for the national anthem. We'll be right back with game number 2. All right, again, we welcome you inside the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium. Pinnacle Growlers in town to take on the Traction Central Impact. Growlers in the black and gold, and the Impact in their home whites. Change in starting goaltenders as the teams are required to use both goaltenders during the weekend series. So it'll be Scott Kirby, the number 1 goalie really for the Growlers in goal tonight. And down to our right, it'll be Logan Colburn in goal for the Impact.
And George, I'm looking down here, and if anybody watched the game last night, Rob Canning, the referee last night, took a puck in the jaw and looked a little woozy, but I'm glad to see him back there tonight, ready to go again with
Shannon Ivey is the other referee.
No, Danielle.
Oh, so it is. I sort of forgot that Danielle was back doing games.
She's a
new mom.
Recently a new mom. Watched her do an under 15 game or under 18 game today at Windsor Stadium. She's back here tonight.
I just looked, saw I was female. I figured it was Shannon. Forgot Danielle was back after missing some time, of course, with the birth of her child back in, I believe it was November.
Yeah, late November.
Yep.
So back in the saddle. Here we go.
Growlers dump it in, and yes, Rob Canning. I noticed he was out there, and glad to see him back.
Yes, definitely.
Like 11 seconds to go in the game, something like that. He took a puck to the side of the face and was badly shaken up. Stayed in for the final few seconds, but really didn't think I'd see him back so soon.
No, finished the game.
Yep. O'Brien had to go over his stick. Price up ahead to Purdy. Purdy rubbed that along the boards by Devereaux. Over the other side, Growlers Heaven quickly move it ahead. Andy Knight. Knight working against Vardy. Stays with it, throws it back. Hard pass. Well, that was Brady War, rather, for the Impact, who was back on defense. Number 11. This is Boland. Throw it the other side for Knight. Leaves it for Avery. Avery. Not sure where he was trying to go with that one. One off Fudge. Growler still on it. This is Avery. One for Knight. Back at the point. On this side, Dobbin. Down into the corner. Good shift here for the Growlers as they keep the puck deep in the Impact end. Comes out in front. Impact have it. Got to move it quickly. They'll get it out. Whistle goes.
I think it might have touched the glove on the bench.
I think so. Touched somebody at the Impact bench.
George, one of the things that we spoke about prior to the game is just seeing Devereaux going off the ice there now. I think it's equipment.
He's heading to the dressing room.
They need
Looks
to
like
get
an equipment thing. You're right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
need to get in quickly. And it's not just about getting in quickly, George, but it's about being effective when you get in quickly. It's no good just going to do flybys, as we've noted before. You have to engage.
Dumped in. Kirby out to play it. Covers it up. Keeps it going. Can't cover it there.
The reason being, the referee yelled at him, George, said, move the puck. He was 15 feet outside of his blue. I like him being aggressive, however.
Gillespie. Will keep it in. Down into the right corner. Kane's in looking for it. That's poked away by Vardy. Ingram. That's stopped. Kept in. Gillespie sends it back into the Impact end. And just get rid of it. And back in it goes. All Growlers in the early going.
And that's Lincoln Kenning's puck there. He's got to be a little stronger on that. You can't watch. You got to get engaged.
Pass misses everybody, and that'll bring about a face-off down in the Growlers end. 16:44 to go here in the first period. No score.
Ingram had puck possession, George, on the weak boards, or strong side of the ice, I should say. And instead of trying to just go to soft pass up to the middle, which he knew he was going to have to change, he tried to go up to the middle with the puck. Instead of coming up the boards, turn it over, come back in the zone, and those aren't good. Those aren't good plays.
Strickland, his shot, changed direction, tipped just wide.
Good job of getting the puck through.
That one is tipped over the top of the net by Purdy. So the face-off win leads to a couple of pretty good scoring chances.
Two good opportunities.
Lambert trying to get free down in the corner. He's got it. Lambert doing good work. Lambert feeding it out. Hanrahan, a weak shot, kicked away by Kirby.
Lambert's always been a great board player, George. He wins a lot of battles. He's strong, but he positions himself well.
That pass will be icing against the impact.
One of the things you'll notice with Lambert, and he gets in and he really uses his body. He's a wide, strong body, gets his legs apart, and strong down low, and it's very difficult to get the puck away from him.
Saw that last night, that funny bounce off that stanchion over by the...
Had a couple of them, George.
Just inside the blue line by the Napa Auto Parts. Sign. Gillespie. Good cross-ice pass. Brought in by Skinner. Drops it back. That shot a good save by Coburn as he got the paddle of the stick out. Deflected it up and out of play.
Really good passing play coming through the neutral zone, and really good quality shot. Goaltender came out, challenged it, got it off the blocker, put it up and out of play.
Right from the faceoff, the puck comes out to center. Growlers are on it. This is Dobbin. Kearley turns, shoots it in. Colburn leaves it back there. Tosh missed it. Again, it's dumped down the ice. This will be another icing call against the Central Impact.
But, George, that icing call there in that play is not as bad as what we saw last night. At least there's an effective try to make a good pass. Just eluded the forward. Last night it was just totally defensive. Get it in, get it out, get it in, get it out.
Yep. Yeah, it was just for the sake of getting it out of your own end. That puck comes right in front. Colburn's got that and covers up.
You're going to see Coach Casey make a line change here now, I can guarantee it.
Here it comes.
Yeah,
wholesale change. 5 new players hop off the bench.
And, you know, I could look down in 10 or 12 seconds before that. It's just automatic. When you have 2 plays like that in a row, and that's your number 1 unit, and you're not able to get the puck out, then you got to make a change.
Back at the point, Dobbin will hold it in, puts it down in deep, backhanded out in front. Harnett is there to clear it away. Looking for Ingram. Ingram drops it back for Harnett, backhands it in. Micah Tucker has it. Dobbin. Over the other side, he'll get the return pass. He'll back it up.
It's a little different lineup, or forward line here too, George, with Fowler on the right wing with Harnett and Ingram. We haven't seen that one. At least I can't remember seeing that intact trio.
Growlers on the puck quickly. O'Brien gets it back to the point. That shot floats in wide of the goal. Devereaux from a sharp angle hits the outside of the net. Green plays it off the boards. Strickland has it. Fowler gets rid of it out at center. Growlers dump it back in. Fowler has it. Throws it to the boards. It'll come out. It was touched by Growlers' play. Won't matter. Kirby comes out to play this right on goal. Impactor changing. Growlers able to bring it in. Right in front. Save made by Colburn. Then it goes wide of the post by just a couple of inches.
Goaltender made a great play to move that puck up, catching the impact on a big line change.
Yeah, nice play by Kirby. Canning around the board. Hughes pinching in. Down into the corner. Hopped over the stick of Lambert. Quickly, Growlers heading up the ice. Cleared to the boards. As that was broken up, Growlers staying on it. Feed it down in behind the goal. Comes right out in front, fanning on it. Was Boland. He was all alone in front.
No D-man there at all, George. That's offsides.
Kirby's got it, plays it, keeps the play going. I like that.
Me too. Here, linesman Ron Grushy from all the way over here. Love when officials get involved in the game.
Dobbin at center. He likes to just shoot it in. Price in there first for the impact. Reverses it along the boards. Locke will get there first. Tried to go cross ice. Knocked down and controlled by the Growlers. Dobbin over the other side to Jack Chafe. Chafe hesitated, then one of his players skated in, had to hold it, went off a stick, back down into the Growlers' end.
Yeah, you see your teammate going in over that blue line hard. You've got to give him the puck or dump it in. You can't hold it.
Boland going wide, knocked off his stick. Puck comes out. Locke in over the blue line. Locke plays it behind the goal. Hanrahan has it back there. Hanrahan circling back at the point. Kept in, long shot, redirected, it's loose. Gobbled up by the Growlers, and out they come. Only get as far as center. Poke check. Hanrahan turns, brings it back in for the Impact. Off a stick, goes wide, comes into the near corner. Impact were changing. That'll allow Canes to get to it. Canes to center. Only as far as the Impact blue line. Kosh has it. He'll dump it in. Maloney around the boards. Fudge holding it in momentarily. Now it's brought out. Reed Chafe took it off his skates, then had it knocked away. Good pass up for Fudge. Fudge gets to center. Up ahead for Kosh. Kosh with a shot kicked away by Kirby.
Good battle by Kosh there. Get him stick free and get a good quality shot on net.
Canes in over the blue line. Knocked off the puck. Quick outlet pass. That went under the stick of Kosh.
It's got to have that.
I had a little look to see where he was going to go after he took that pass. And
still offsides here.
No indication of the offside. Play continues.
Had it up. The arm came down, but the other player had not cleared. I was very surprised at that.
And the Growlers go to work, keeping it in. Party to Kosh. He'll just backhand it out. It's played back in, and Colbert, not sure he was really ready for that.
He wasn't.
No. Saw it at the last second and made the save.
Would have been a good goal. It was not offsides.
Dumped in from outside the blue line and dumped right on goal. Devereaux leaves it. Good pass just beyond the reach of Chafe. They'll go right on goal. Colburn leaves it for Green along the boards. Lambert, he'll get it out. Devereaux goes up through the middle. That's picked off by Lambert. Lambert can't get himself free. Green gets it in over the blue line. Here's Lambert trying to cut inside. Has the puck knocked away, and Growlers come back. Period. Moving on quickly. Fed out in front of Chance Colburn with a big save as he robs Skinner.
Yeah, that's a result of the defenseman for the Impact just getting his stick hoisted, and you've got to be stronger on your puck than that. He created a scoring chance from nothing.
They set up Pilgrim to Skinner, and
this is a great pace, George.
Colburn with a tremendous save. Yeah, I was about to say, this first period is zipping along, and
it was much like that in the first period last night.
Yep. Ingram lost it on the stick handle. War. He'll kick it ahead. Nice play. Down the ice it goes. This is going to go wide, and this will be icing against the Impact. We've got 8:57 to go in the first period. Still no score between the Impact and the Growlers.
One thing I like about what the Impact are doing tonight, George, particularly defensively for their D-man, is that when one guy seems to be a little out of position or whatever, the other guy is coming over in support. And that's so critical to support your D-man when he's in a vulnerable position to help him out. And I've just seen that 3 plays in a row.
Lambert gets it down the ice. The blue line, Tucker Locke did a good job to step in front of him. Locke off the boards. That's intercepted. Jack Chafe will shoot it back in. Colburn tees it up back there for Price. Price stepping up from behind his goal.
He's got to make the pass quicker, George. He's getting forechecked on. It's just a little bit more difficult.
O'Brien forced him to turn back. Tucker has it. Winding up at his own blue line. Micah Tucker.
Good skater in the open ice.
Trying to cut inside. Price stayed with him. Cleared towards the front of the goal. Around the boards. And out. That gets past Dobbin. And once again, it will be an icing call against the Impact.
Now will he change again? Actually, I think they might have tried to sneak one in there.
Not allowed to make a change after an icing. That's going to go right on goal, and Kirby has to hold on to it. He gets a little snow job there. So the face-off down in the Growlers' end. Just under 8 minutes to play here in the first.
Aiden Locke skating in there hard. Looked like one of these set plays. You win the face-off and you just shoot it for the neutral zone. And hopefully a forward can track it down, and Locke was just a little short of getting it.
Oh, late change here for the Impact.
Yeah, they do have the last change, and the arm was not up.
It will be Party coming in to take the face-off, but he'll be waved out on the late change. Canning will take it instead. Well, they're saying Canning is one of the players that came off the...
Yeah, so now you have a defenseman going.
Now Joey Green will take the face-off.
It's a new one. Certainly not used to taking face-offs.
It was 3 new forwards came out. So none of them were eligible to take it.
No.
Boland. Strickland did a good job of getting in his way. Came off the boards. Knight kept it in, but it's brought up by Canning. Up ahead to Party. Here's Grayson Party for Canning. Canning had a nice goal last night for the Impact.
Very nice goal down low. I like the way he positioned himself.
Lambert back at the point. That came outside. Referee's or the linesman's arm went up. Didn't hear the whistle. Finally it goes. But
gave him a chance to make the shot, and if the Growlers get possession of that puck, they'll let it go and allow the Impact to exit the zone, which they didn't do. Joey Green just came outside.
Yeah.
Couple of inches. Brian Gushy, linesman on the spot. The good old Hawkeye, he's used to that. George, when he's up to the golf course, he's able to spot many a golf ball, an errant golf ball in the woods. Lots of them are his.
I was going to say.
But he's told me a couple of times he's found mine because they got red dots on them. I think that he might carry a marker with him.
Finds them all in the woods, puts his mark on it and says, that's mine. Is that what you're suggesting, Robert?
No, he says that they're yours, Watts.
Oh, I see. Oh, I think he's just putting a mark on it so we can say it's yours. Okay. Right. I misunderstood. I thought you were accusing him of something nefarious.
Well, that's not like Brian. Lots of fun.
Dumped in. Not sure he got it over center, but
very close. Very close.
Yep. Play will continue. King plays it off the boards. Hernet, he'll get it out. Devereaux off the boards. Who's going to get control of it? It's going to be Philpott for the Growlers. Impact there changing. And here's a break for Chafe. Getting back just in time was Price to get a stick on as he came off the bench rather.
George, I was just about to say, I said, they didn't get the puck in deep, and I watched both D-men go for a change, and I could see, I said, this is going to be trouble. And they had 5 guys stuck on the same side of the ice.
The break that the Impact got that time was Chafe was standing at the blue line when
right,
the puck
he wasn't moving.
That allowed Price an opportunity to catch up to him. If he was moving,
get a stick in place.
Like Kosh is moving right now, we'll have a chance. Here's Kosh. Tried to go 5-hole. Kirby shut the door.
Good burst of speed by Kosh, however. Goaltender made the save look relatively easy.
There's a good board battle happening down in the corner. Kick free. Chafe has got it, but a penalty.
I think it's going to be a hold, George.
And it was touched last by the Growlers, so I'm assuming the penalty is against them.
No, it's a cross check. Okay. Either way, 2 minutes or less.
It's going to be number 26, Finley Dobbin, going to the penalty box. So we get our first power play opportunity of the game. Belongs to the Impact. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the first period. Green down and along the boards. Throw it to an open point. Fowler was there momentarily, but He left, and that'll allow the Growlers to clear. Green's got to hustle back. Hussey trying to catch up to him. Green turns, reverses it off the boards. The Impact will skate it out. Party to Green. Green rings it around the boards. Party really hustled to get over there. Fowler to Green. Down low. Lambert, back to the point for Green, back to Lambert. Party's up in the bumper slot. Comes out in front, put wide. Goes all the way back to the point. Green, back down low. Harnett. Harnett centers it. Down for Party to Green, hard shot, and look at Kirby come way out of his net to cut down the angle and make the save.
Went off the shaft of his goalie stick, George. He came out 6 feet outside of that. And prior to that, Impact just did not have enough separation. They created separation in and were able to get Joey Green open and a good quality shot. Goaltender made an excellent save.
Locked with some speed in over the blue line as they change up the power play unit. Locked, Canning, and Kosh up front. War and Price on the back end. War, his shot, saved by Kirby.
George, this goaltender is so aggressive coming out. Impact are putting guys down low. However, the goaltender is coming out and really negates them being anywhere near him. That's where you've got to adjust and go off to the side.
War. He'll bring it in. War swings wide. War circling the net. Penalty is now over. Dobbins back out on the ice. Good shot off the glass. Price holds it in. This is Devereaux. Off the glass. He'll get it out. And in behind the play, a couple of players tied up. That was Locke and Devereaux.
Locke was trying to come back to the middle, and defenseman banged him into the goaltender.
Hanrahan waved at it a couple of times. Couldn't find it. O'Brien. Strickland looking for Jackson. Devereaux will get there first. Devereaux kicks it back to the point. Kept in by Chafe. Long shot. Coburn's got it. No rebound. Face-off will be in the Impact end with 2:57 to go in the first.
Yeah, good battle down low the previous 30, 40 seconds. And one of the things that the goaltender, I've been noticing the goaltender for the Growlers, he's very aggressive coming out and challenging shooters. And if you're already looking from the offensive perspective, the Impact, you've got to say to your guys, he's coming to challenge. We got to have a weak side guy who can look at possibly getting an empty netter.
Play it out, then ahead. Here's Lambert. Good job by Gillespie to get back and break it up.
Great closing speed by Gillespie. Took the stick there, never took a penalty.
I was touched by somebody over at the Growlers bench. Impact have used that play a few times already here this evening. Win the face-off and throw it up the middle and hope one of your players can skate under it.
Well, I mentioned it a while ago. I don't know if it's a set play or not, but it certainly looks like it from this perspective. It's 3 times they've tried it. Twice it's happened very, very successfully.
Long pass, bouncing puck, hops over the stick of Canning, but he'll go get it. Canning chops it in behind the goal. Party in there looking for it, leaves it for Canning. Tried to get it out in front. Kirby got the paddle down, got the puck to his defenseman. Off the boards, Micah Tucker has it. Bouncing puck, Coburn had trouble with it.
Wow.
And finally able to corral it, and then we get a little bit of how do you do down to our right.
Merry Christmas.
It was a tough bouncing puck. It changed direction on the bounce, and Coburn stopped it, but then it set right in front of the open net for just a half a second.
You need to head the hands of Ozzie Smith, the shortstop for the St. Louis Cardinals for years. That was it was going wide, George, and took a real strange bounce and came right back and got goaltender in the midsection there. Could have easily gone into the net. 2:19 remaining here in the first period. This is where you need to have 2 really good face-off men and a defensive perspective here now. Here's that play, George.
This one's going to go wide of the goal, so this will be, but good hustle by Fowler.
And that's one.
He won the race.
He did, and that's that play.
Thought it was going to be icing, but then Fowler got in there. Here's War, shot, change direction. Fowler got a stick on it, but it went well wide.
I can't help but think that Coach Casey and Coach Tremlett have said that to their guys. They must have recognized something last night because this happened. You know, it's not an accident.
No, win the face-off, dump it down the ice, try and get it up high.
And dump it towards the net, and if all else fails, it'll go there and maybe not get an icing.
Knight off the boards, gets it out towards the blue line. Kept in by Chafe. Price on it. He had his stick lifted.
Yeah, he's got to be quicker.
Got it back. Now moves it ahead. Lambert taking it wide right. All alone as the impactor changing. Lambert waiting for some help. Outnumbered along the boards. Party comes in to help out. Puck is knocked loose. Comes back behind the goal. Jack Chafe has it. Shot back in by Strickland. 1 minute to go here in the first period. Poland got it in over the blue line. Now it's dumped into the corner. Strickland gave it away behind the goal. Look out, Knight's in front, picked off by Canning.
Good defensive play by Canning, coming back, help out and support this D-man.
Yeah, Andy Knight was all alone in front. Avery with a shot that went off of Canning. And they go a couple of good plays now by Canning.
20 seconds left. You can't get scored on here now.
Knight, shot on goal, kicked away by Colburn. Here's Gillespie with a chance. His shot knocked down up high, comes in right in front. Great chance there for Knight, put it wide.
Wow. 4 great scoring opportunities for the Growlers, Pinnacle Growlers, with 20 seconds here.
That goes off a stick, up and out of play. 1 second exactly, but what a amazing 30 seconds there for the Growlers. Lots of opportunities.
George, they had 3 really good goal scoring opportunities there then.
Andy Knight all alone a couple of times in front. Once had the pass intercepted by Canning, but on that last one, he was there and the puck was on his stick. Just put it wide. Buzzer goes. Good first period between these two teams. As you said, we had a good first period last time.
We did.
Third period, things got away from the impact, and things went well for the Growlers, depending on which way you want to look at it.
Yeah, and I can remember us coming back in the intermission last night after the first period, and we talked about the good pace, and it was a really good pace. And in the first 6-7 minutes of the second period was a good pace. And then we had a lull for about 4 or 5 minutes in the middle of the second period. And the end of the second period was another good pace. And then the third period was a longer story.
Shots on goal there. You see 9-7 in favor of the Growlers. They owned the first maybe 5 minutes of the game. Then the Impact seemed to get their game going a little bit, and fairly even first period.
I agree. And one of the things that I thought that what the Impact did to counteract was that they had some good board battles. But their D-men supported each other. Last night, their D-men sometimes were left almost to themselves. And, of course, you often talk about, or coaches will talk about, forwards got to come back and support your D. But your D-man, your partner, can support you as well. And last night, particularly about the 8-minute mark of the third period, that didn't happen. Tonight, I've watched the weak side D come over to help and support his D-man who's getting forechecked hard by the Growlers. And that makes a real big difference because now your forwards don't have to come all the way back, George, and you can get on the offense.
All right, so a good opening period. Let's see what the second period brings. We've got no score after 20 minutes. We'll be back with period number 2 in just a few minutes. You're watching Newfoundland and Labrador Under-18 Major Hockey League action from the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium here in Grand Falls, Windsor, exclusively on AO.live. No score between these two teams as we head into the second period. Shots on goal, 9-7 in favor of the Growlers in that opening 20 minutes. And we're underway here in the second. Harnett, right in front.
Oh,
Scores!
my goodness gracious.
Quick goal.
Wow. 10 seconds. 10 seconds, George.
That did not take long.
Pass just come across. Fowler with good reach, good speed, getting there and just gets his stick on it. We just watch his.
I'm not sure this is it.
Oh, that's the first period.
Yeah, okay. We're going to come back live. All right. But 1-0.
Wow.
Comes off the boards right to Colburn, and they score.
He blew the whistle down.
We'll see.
No, it's going to be a goal. Wow, what a strange turn of events. 33 seconds and 10 seconds, we got a goal apiece. Colburn needs to have that puck, George.
Okay, this one we've got things fixed.
You just watch this coming in here now. It's a bouncing puck.
Just going to cover it up, and whoops, missed it.
But the D-man goes to push it to the goaltender, number 9, for the impact, and it eludes the goaltender, goes into the back of the net.
Well, a crazy start to this second period.
Wow. Crazy is an understatement.
2 goals in 33 seconds.
I think Joey Green just tried to get it back to his goaltender a little quicker and bounced over his glove and went between his legs and 1-1.
That's stolen. Party walking in. Pass. Scores!
George, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. I watched Party make the interception, and I thought he was going to shoot it. Then he faked. Then I thought he was going to shoot it, and he gives it to Lambert, and what a great release. Watch this. 1 fake, 2 fakes, boom, back of the net. Not a prayer for the goaltender there.
46 seconds in, we've had 3 goals after nothing in the opening period.
Well, the Growlers come back and had an answer, and then we had a double answer for the impact.
Allow me to retort.
Yes, again. I don't know if I've seen 3 quick goals this year, George. I certainly haven't seen a goal in less than 10 seconds.
No. And here come the Growlers, 2-on-1.
Might have another.
As he tried to play it in front. There's Connor Hussey with the chance. Green. Lambert gets it out. Kosh, 1-on-1. Kosh with a shot, ripped it wide. Good wrist shot.
Was a good wrist shot. And the goaltender going the other way, got a lot on it, but just high and wide.
They're just announcing the
First
goal.
Ken needs to get on the ball.
There's a shot saved by Colburn. Yeah, Ken announced his retirement last year. We wished him well.
It's a long retirement.
He's back already.
It's like Kiss when they go on their end of the world tour. It never ends.
He retires like Tom Brady retires.
A couple times.
Yeah. There's going to be a penalty coming up.
Yeah, that was an interference call. There's no question about that one.
Impact touch it up. Whistle goes. Right on. Interference is the call. Now the Growlers chance to even things up again now on the power play.
Looking across the way, George, right over underneath the Clarence Goling Marty LaPointe sign, and I see, to me, it looks like Executive Director H&L, Mr. Craig Tuck. And he's bundled up. He looks cold, but I'm sure he's taken a bit of heat in the last couple of weeks regarding the handshake rule. I can't wait to have a chat with him.
Yeah, it's created some controversy for sure. Just kept on side by Dobbin. Again, Growlers on the power play. Dobbin gets it back. That shot goes wide.
Heads up.
Whoa, that's gone into the crowd. It's over on your side. Everybody okay over there, Robert?
Yeah, I think so. Mrs. Price just missed her.
You've got a window on your side. The booth can see down that side.
And while I'm speaking about Craig Tuck, I can't help but give some kudos to my good buddy Craig's brother Randy. Randy is lives in Gibsons, BC. His son Oliver is playing with the Calgary Hitmen, and he's leading their team in scoring this year as a second-year forward. Hats off to Randy and family as well. And Oliver, congrats.
Devereaux takes it in. Bolin trying to break through. Puck comes free. Growlers are on it. Knight. Devereaux, hard shot, and that was blocked. A good play by David Fudge to get in the way of that, and it goes off of his shin pads and out of play, and he kind of limps his way back to the bench.
That's the Growlers' favorite play, George. They love isolating Devereaux. I had mentioned it last night, and it just so happened the power play. They won the face-off, went to the right D, came over to Devereaux on the left side, being a right-hand shot, scored. And they always try to isolate him. He's got a great shot. Fudge paid the price on that one.
Chafe kept it onside. And for Tucker, Strickland's watching him. Puck being kept to the outside right now. O'Brien battling for it. Back to Chafe. Goes towards the front of the goal, and that'll be cleared. Lifted high in the air and down the ice. Kirby coming out to play it. Kirby way out of his net here. Long stretch pass, gets it up to O'Brien. O'Brien gains the blue line. O'Brien will shoot it. Blocker save. Rebound is there. Coburn with a couple of big saves. Another one put wide. Puck was bouncing. Growler player got a stick on it. Didn't get much on it. And it just
Two
went
empty
wide.
nets.
Yeah. Coburn with a couple of big saves, and then last one put wide. Growlers coming close. Under 10 seconds to go in the power play. And that'll do it as the Impact shoot it down the ice.
Good penalty kill.
Goaltender with a couple of big saves. That went off of Locke. Locke on it first, in behind the Growlers goal. He and Dobbin really battling back there. He's back at the point, kept onside. Hughes in towards the goal. Kirby made the save. Impact are on it first, down in the corner. Kosh tried to throw it across to Hughes at the point. That was intercepted, and back come the Growlers. Tucker. Hughes and O'Brien go to the boards. Lock in to help out. Maloney puts it in off the glass behind the goal. King clears it out for the Impact. Pass up for Reed. Chase.
Sides.
And he did touch it, so the whistle goes.
George, I've been watching Kosh a lot this year. Last year he was a third liner, a fourth liner, and got some spot duty here and there, but he's gotten stronger physically. He's a big kid anyway, but he's a really good board battler, and right now he's even being used on the second unit power play, and he's really taking advantage of his ice time. He gets in net hard. He's a hard guy to contain, makes good passes as well. Confidence will do a lot for you.
Philpott with some good speed coming over the blue line. A big slap shot. That did not miss by much.
No, King's got to get out of the way of that or get there quicker.
Oh, good shot by Philpott, though.
Just missed.
That's put in just wide of the goal. Canning holds it in. His shot right on goal. This time Kirby has it. No rebound. 14:23 to go here in the second period.
We've seen 2 turnovers just outside of each of the team's blue lines, George, neutral zone. Really not even neutral zone. That resulted in 2 nice passes down low and quick shots. And we just saw one there. Goaltender made a nice save.
Knocked down at the blue line. Ward couldn't touch it. Would have been offside. Here's Pardy bringing it in. He gets stood up. Ward looking for it. Keynes clears it. Impact get it. Shoot it in.
Great
Kirby.
job of defenseman Pilgrim then standing up to Pardy. Squared him up in the shoulders, the chest area.
Devereaux. Over to Philpott. Poke checked. Or Pilgrim, rather. Devereaux with a nice little move. Trying to go end to end. Couldn't beat the 2 defensemen. A weak clearing attempt by the Impact. The second one.
Too weak.
And finally off the glass and out. Got away with it. Nice pass to the other side to Keynes. Kearley will get to it. Behind the goal looking for O'Brien. Turnover inside the blue line. Lambert couldn't find that pass. Skinner with a shot. That went wide. Canning. Lambert knocked it out of the air, but couldn't catch up to it. Dumps it in. Pilgrim plays it around to Devereaux quickly up the other side. Impactor changing. Let's get rid of it at center. It's over Devereaux's stick. Kirby likes to come out. Long pass, missed everybody.
It's going to be icing.
It is going to be icing.
You don't see a goaltender ice the puck very often. I love watching Kirby. He comes out, George, on every dump in, and he's aggressive, and I really like it. He's made a couple of passes tonight. That one, he recognized the line change and tried to go for it.
Face off to his right, won by the Impact. Green with a shot. Kirby's got that in the trapper.
And every time I watch a goaltender come out for the Pinnacle Growlers, George, and try to make that pass, I can't help but think about last night when the poor goaltender stick cracked off as he was about to make the pass.
Yeah, cracked off right at the top of the paddle. I saw the broken stick after.
Yeah.
A helpless feeling.
Really.
Green trying to put it towards the goal. It's free there. There's a shot. Kirby with the save as he robs Ingram. Towards the blue line, puck squirts free. Jumping on it is Hussey. Connor Hussey into the corner, circling the goal. To the far board. Skinner's on it first, back at the point. Come towards the blue line and finally out. Lambert there trying to get to it. Good stick by Chafe.
Hussey possesses good speed.
See to Skinner. Skinner just turns the stick over, chips it in. Off the board. Skinner following up on it, comes up with it, tried to play it out in front. That's intercepted. Now we'll go the other way. Ingram off the boards, down deep. Kirby out to play it. Impactor changing. It'll be kept in. Hanrahan taken away by Hussey. Skinner, the other side to O'Brien. O'Brien on it. Down into the corner, taken hard to the boards by War. Avery trying to get it towards the goal. Avery's got it again. War got a piece of that. Can't get it out though. Avery will get there first for the Growlers. Chafe trying to hold the line. The puck squirts free. Back to pick it up though. It was Boland. Now here's Knight. Knight trying to get away. Knight is shot high over the top of the goal. Still kept in. That hit a Impact player. That was Hanrahan.
Good shift there by the Growlers.
Fudge passed just beyond the reach of Kosh down the ice, and that'll be an icing call against the Impact. 10:45 to go, second period. What a start to the second period.
Unbelievable.
3 goals in the first minute, then we had a penalty just a minute after that.
Really good pace. A very entertaining period and a half thus far.
2-1 Impact leading the Growlers. Timeout. You mentioned the good shift by the Growlers. Brian Casey didn't like what he saw, and he's called a timeout for the Impact.
No, and Brian has been known to do that. We actually mentioned that last night. And, George, they just had 3 really good shifts in a row. And, as you know, like last night, it was 2-0, then 2-1, and Coach Casey's recognizing here now we need to stem the tide. And not only that, George, but here's the other side of it. Even if it doesn't mean, it's a technical thing, it gives your team a chance to, okay, guys, let's regroup a little bit. Let's slow down. And it takes a little bit of the momentum away from the Pinnacle Growlers. Or at least that's why you hope it happens.
That's the plan.
That's the plan, yeah. Best laid plans have been sometimes good.
All right, face-off down in the Impact end. Controlled by the Impact. Tosh couldn't handle that cleanly. Pass way beyond the reach of Knight. It goes into the corner, tried to center it up off the glass, and that goes into the mesh. Now to play the face-off will stay in the Impact end.
That's one where the goaltender, George, he signals icing. It's not even close to icing. And
No.
the forward end, or excuse me, the D-man for the Growlers was 6 feet over center. And if you're a D-man, you see your goaltender do that, you're saying, please don't do that.
Yeah.
Because your D-man will probably hold up.
The reason the goaltender lifts his arm up, and that is to let the defenseman know that it's going to be icing.
Exactly.
He's not asking the linesman to call it. Like, hey, that should be icing. That's to let the defenseman know. That backhand put wide. Avery got in there quickly. Player went down along the boards. Puck squirts loose. Lambert reaching for it. Lambert's got it. Lambert working against Maloney. Lambert didn't get a lot on that. Maloney kept him wide. Quick outlet. Andy Knight gains the blue line. Fakes the drop pass. Now throws it over. Oh, great pass by Knight. Right in front. Went through the crease. Faked the pass, looked the other way, and then came back again. Well done. Set up a great scoring chance.
He did. Thought it was in.
Some pretty good hands. It's going to go just enough for icing. Defenseman was tired, couldn't catch up to it.
Linesman Stacy, was Johnny on the spot?
Josh Stacy.
Josh Stacy.
We were talking about it between periods, folks. I'm trying to remember Josh's first name. I said I've known him since he was in grade 7. He's a young official on the rise.
He is. Was at the Atlantics, I think, maybe even with Shannon Ivey?
Yep.
Or the high performance, I should say.
Devereaux scores!
That's what happens when you get it through. George Devereaux again. That wrist shot, we mentioned it a number of times on air. Last night he had a big one, and just watch this one, George. It comes back to him. Everybody's just stood up. You look at the legs apart. Nobody's skating, George. And that way there, when your legs are apart, you are gliding, you're stood still. And he gets, we couldn't see him at the top of the screen. However, it's just a quick release and eludes goaltender, low blocker side. But I can remember going back to Canada Cups and Eric Lindros. I'll never forget this when he said they videoed us from the waist down, from the hips down. And really it was to show how oftentimes your legs were apart as opposed to gliding or skating.
Shot right on goal. Big rebound there. Colburn dives out. And that'll bring about another scrum.
Brian Gushy's involved there. He actually had O'Brien down and helped him back up.
Once again, much ado. We've got a tie game, 2-2.
I don't see the referee with his handbook out. Oh, no, yeah, Rob Kenny's got his out. I want to have a look at those handbooks, those notebooks.
Somebody's going. Locke is going for the Impact. Looks like somebody's going to go for the Growlers as well. 2 players for the Growlers. Is there another player going for the Impact? Ben O'Brien is in the box, as is Micah Tucker for the Growlers. Aiden Locke for the Impact.
Yeah, it looks like that the Impact are going to have a power play, but unless it's a double monitor being assessed to Locke. If not, it will be an Impact power play for at least 2 minutes. And then we will wait to get the official. I can't read Rob Kenning's notebook here from this angle.
Yep, the only penalty up on the board, the one to the Growlers, number 14, Ben O'Brien. So it will be a power play there. You see what's up on the clock.
Yeah, and the faceoff is down in the Growlers' end, so it's going to be a power play for the Impact. 2-2. 9 minutes left, 8:58 here in the second period. An entertaining period and a half thus far.
Nice work by cameraman Steve Noseworthy. Here's a shot of the big clock over center ice. You can see just what we're seeing. No goals in the first period. We've had 4 just over halfway through the second. Growlers had a power play earlier in this period. This will be the first one for the Impact. Growlers win the faceoff. And the puck went out of play.
I think it might have went off a Lambert's stick, actually.
Not sure.
Let's see where the face-off was, too. Lambert was down behind the net, unless it just went straight out.
Well,
okay.
Face-off will stay in the Growlers' end. This time the Impact win it. Fowler headed in his skates. Impact control. Get it behind the goal. Out in front.
It's a beautiful play.
Nice play. Down low, back out in front. Here's Green. Green will shoot it. Right on goal. Kicked away by Kirby. That one put him behind the goal. Hernet. Off a stick. Fowler down in the corner. Back at the point for Hernet. Back to Fowler. Back for Lambert. Lambert behind the goal. Green, the other side. Back to Green. Green's got some room. Shot, scores!
Yeah, Green's got a great shot, George.
That was well set up.
Yeah, he didn't have much room. He made a nice pass. They were looking to try to get him on a one-timer, and he's on the weak side now, so it's tough for him to one-timer. He's got to actually stop this one. But they do a great job of board work, and it comes from Lambert, George, who's down low behind the net earlier. He does a really good job of getting his body in position, and Purdy's able to get it back to the left winger. Comes right back to Joey Green, who gets a really good shot away, eludes goaltender. Power play goal for the Impact. They're up 3-2. But good rotation in that particular power play.
Scramble right at the center face-off dot. Won by the Impact to shoot it in. Kirby gets it, rings it around the boards. Carley's on it. Carley having to chase it back down to his own end. Kicks it behind the goal. Out they come. Philpott to an open wing. Carley races onto it, gets there first. Hughes on it now for the Impact. He stopped right away. And they go into the corner. Hanrahan poked it free, and out the center it comes. That got by Jack Chafe. He's got to go all the way back down in his own end. Impact trying to create a turnover. They do. Fudge has it. Fudge hit hard into the boards. Puck squirts loose. Growlers come up with it. Throw it to the other side, and it's dumped in. That's from their own side of center. And that's going to be an icing call.
Good call. Couple of feet short of it, dumped it in.
Yeah, Reed Chafe was looking around like, how was that icing? But yeah, you could see from here, he did not quite gain center. Thought he did.
Coincidental penalties are now over.
Whoops, we've got the score clock has gone dark.
Yeah, dark NL.
We were talking about dark NL last night. Well, we've got it here. And there you see it again. And we'll start the game over.
Well, okay. Good 7 minutes left in the second period, I'm thinking.
Yeah, we got a couple of veteran guys down in the penalty box area, and they're now crawling underneath and making sure everything's still plugged in. We seem to have lost the power.
Ken Hoffling's going to wish that he still stayed retired.
Whoop. Now the controllers come back on. I can see that from here.
There we go. I said 7. That's not bad. 7:05.
Yep. And you can see the guys down in the penalty box got it all fixed. So we'll head back down to the right and get set for this face-off. Come out and be shot right back in by Vardy. Dobbin to Jack Chafe, his defense partner, and Chafe will shoot it in. Hughes on it in the corner. It's behind the goal for Vardy. He was poke checked, but it comes right back to Hughes. Gets it ahead to Fowler. Fowler through the middle. Ingram knocked off the puck.
It's going to be a hooking penalty there, George.
Following up on it, we've got offside and a penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be a hooking call. Once you get the stick, the stick engaged in the guy's hands on the stick, it's an automatic call, and it's an easy call, especially where it sort of turned them a little inside out at the blue line. That's an easy call for the official, and as a defender, you just can't do that.
All right, back-to-back power plays for the Impact. Scored on their last one. 6:28 to go here in the second. Growlers win the faceoff. Throw it around the boards. Tilly has it. Tilly sends it down the ice, and that's going to kill 20 seconds or so. Played with a high stick. And first touch by the goaltender, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
No, I'm not. The players aren't sure either.
Okay, it was touched by an Impact player.
Oh, okay. Even
that explains it. So a high stick touched by an Impact player, then touched by the goalie. I thought.
That's
goes
out
up
of
and out of
play.
play. Yep.
That wasn't touched by anybody.
Nope, even you weren't getting that one, Robert. 1:48 to go in the power play.
Wow.
Impact goal scored by number 9, Joey Green. Assist by 19, Noah Harnett. And 15, Grayson Hardy. Time of the goal was 11:51. Penalty to the Growlers.
Minute 40 to go in the power play.
2 minutes broken. Time of the penalty is 6:28.
The Impact settled it down behind their goal. Nice move by Fowler. Get himself into the middle of the ice, get it in over the blue line, drops it back for Parody, back to Fowler, into the middle. Harnett, he's poke checked. Gillespie had a stick in the way of that. Actually tried to get it out. Now they will to center. Minute 10 to go in the power play. Green. He'll bring it in. Green shoots it. Easy glove save. Kirby's going to keep it going, and he'll clear it. Nice play by Scott Kirby.
That's not the play for Green there. He's got to hold that puck. He just gained possession. You're on a power play. You've got to wait for your troops to come in.
In a lot of cases, that would have resulted in a face-off in the Growlers' end, but credit Scott Kirby.
Well, goaltender was smart. There was nobody forechecking on him. You can't.
And they give it away in the corner. Not much of a power play here for the Impact. As I said, they scored on their last one, but spending most of this power play down in their own end.
And just not enough puck possession, gaining the blue line with speed. You've got to attack the blue line off the rush.
20 seconds to go in the power play now as the Impact change up their power play unit. But the Growlers win the battle down in the corner and send it the length of the ice.
There's just not enough gap there, George. They're bunched together too much and therefore a little stagnant.
Locke tried to take it off the boards, couldn't handle it. That's going to do it for the power play. Good kill that time by the Growlers. The end boards. Locke is on it first. Pilgrim pushes him to the boards. Locke spins away, maintains possession back at the point for Price. That shot went off somebody in front and up and out of play. Chance for Canning.
Nice pass there from Price going across to the weak side forward and trying to get a little quicker shot around because the goaltender is actually tracking that pretty good, comes across, and he's a very aggressive goaltender. Therefore, you want to make that pass and let shot a little quicker.
Face-off win for the Impact. And we are 5-on-5 now with just over 4 minutes to go in the second. Devereaux weaving his way in. Devereaux keeps going on the backhand, put it wide, then gets dumped. And then we get a...
It's going to be an interference call.
Yeah,
George.
Locke was knocked down by Knight and nowhere near the puck.
No, it's...
Yeah, and he knows it. He just immediately, when the whistle goes, heads to the penalty box.
Yeah, the initial check was on Devereaux, just finishing up a check. Nothing to it. Two of the players went down, and then he comes over and hits Locke. The puck is 25 feet from him.
Obviously, retaliation for the initial hit, but it leads to a power play for the Impact.
Well, he scored on their last power play, George, and
the first one.
or excuse me, yes,
Yeah.
not on the last one, on the first one. Yeah, I stand corrected. Goodness gracious! Oh, my, I'm getting cold.
Green back at the point. His shot off a leg. Impact stay on it. Harnett behind the goal. Back at the point. Fowler to Green. Green mishandled, is knocked off his stick. O'Brien pressured him. Green pushed to the boards, gets it in. Lambert following up on it. Lambert holding it. Backhands it into the corner. He'll go the other side. Fowler takes it off the boards. Backhands it in behind the goal. Lambert looking for it back there. Minute 15 to go in the power play. Harnett off the boards, back at the point. Kept in by Green. Green, he'll shoot that. That was knocked down, and here come the Growlers short-handed. Tucker shoots, and Coburn just got the left pad on it. There was a lot of room over there.
There was a lot of room. That went off the crossbar.
Off the crossbar and out. Yep, Dobbin holding it. Whoa, Dobbin with some slick moves. Gets it down deep. O'Brien, he's knocked down. And a penalty coming up.
Fowler's getting a penalty here, George. Head contact. Player was down.
We take the power play off the board for the impact. It'll be Joey Green.
Thought it might have been Fowler, but either way. It was a battle down low, and of course just before that, Joey Green made the slap shot and went up high, and they were deflected, come back down. It was a partial 2-on-1. And as you talked about Coburn, it looked like a lot of room there, and he was able to kick the pad out, and he was deep in his crease as well.
And Tucker with a great chance shorthanded.
He did.
Now we'll go 4-on-4 for the next 39 seconds. Barring other penalties or goals. That's the time left in the penalty to Andy Knight of the Growlers. And they will go on the power play. Curley in to take the face-off against Lincoln Canning. Curley goes down in the corner. Coming away with it, Price up ahead. Locke. Again, we're 4-on-4. Locke gets knocked down. War down deep, the defenseman. The Locke. Canning. Played it behind the goal. Nobody there for the impact. Up ahead for Curley. Now the Growlers on the power play. Knight comes out of the penalty box, jumps into the action. Cleared down the ice. Kirby, a little fake and hands off to his defenseman.
I love the way he handles the puck.
It's fun to watch. No doubt about that. Here's Andy Knight. Puck got away from him and it comes out. Under a minute to go in the power play for the Growlers. Devereaux back to pick it up. Devereaux, good pass to Knight. He'll leave it there for Avery. Avery in over the blue line. He'll hold it there. Tried to give it to Knight. Knight back to Avery. Devereaux into the final minute here in the second period. Devereaux fanned on it.
Twice.
Avery's got it.
It's going to be an interference call.
Nope, no call.
Should have. Could have, would have.
Drop pass for Skinner. Back at the point, Boland. Devereaux off a leg, it went off Party to the boards. Boland's on it. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Boland towards the goal. That's intercepted. Fudge couldn't get it out as he was knocked down. Thrown into the middle. Knight just put it wide. Had his stick tied up at the last second. Coburn's got it, holds on as the penalty expires.
Boland and Skinner were passing the puck back and forth towards that, and you can see each one of them wanted to try to get the puck back to Devereaux. Devereaux had 2 shots from the point, but both went off of shin pads of the impact team. It came back to them, able to get another one. And George, we look from this vantage point here, which we got a great view. It was a wide open left cage, and he shot it wide somehow. I'm not quite sure how.
Yeah, it looked like a sure goal for the Growlers that time.
It did.
17.9 to go here in the second period. What an interesting period it's been.
Yeah, we started off with 3 goals in 50 seconds or whatever it was. Very short.
Under a minute.
Under a minute, yeah. 10 seconds, 33 seconds, 54 seconds. Not bad.
Face-off will be outside the blue line. Off the glass and out. Chafe knocked it down. Lambert's got it. Lambert ahead. Party got a stick on it. Again, Kirby keeps the play going.
I like that. He could have easily stopped it for a face-off. No, sir. Very smart goaltender. I like it.
And that'll end the second period. 3-2 for the Impact. Yeah, so many goalies here were just covered up. Be conservative. But
yeah, and George,
I like Scott Kirby. He likes to keep the play going.
He recognizes it. He's looking up at that clock. He knows it's 10 seconds. And if he can put that into the corner, it's going to get you a period instead of taking a face-off there. And you know what can happen on a face-off? Anything.
All right, 17-17. Shots on goal after 2 periods. Impact lead it by 1. Let's take a break, Robert. We'll be back with period number 3 in just a few minutes.
Perfect.
All right, you're watching Newfoundland and Labrador under 18 Major Hockey League action from the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium here in Grand Falls, Windsor. And we are exclusive on AO.live. Back with period number 3 in just a few minutes, folks. Stay with us. As we were last night, we head to the third period with the Impact up by a goal, 3-2. Last night it was 2-1, and last night the Growlers owned the third period. Ended up winning 5-2. Let's see if the Impact can come out with a little more zip here in the third period than they did last night. Maybe they learned something from last night's collapse. We'll see. There's Party. His shot hit the crossbar.
That's
that
in.
is put in. Whether I'm not sure the first one went in,
I think it did, George. It went up and underneath.
but the second one certainly did. Went off the defenseman's stick and floated over the goaltender. Let's have a look.
19 seconds. I'm pretty sure that Party's goes in.
Sorry, that's not it. Sorry, Robert. That is my fault.
That's all right.
I thought I clicked the button. I did not. Let's come back live. Sorry about that, folks. User error, as they say. 4-2.
10 seconds in the second period, 19 in this one.
Yeah, the referee did indicate on
that
that first shot that it had gone in. What did I say, 19 seconds?
it was 19, sir.
10 seconds into the second, 19 into the third. So Party gets on the board. Been kind of quiet last night and through this game. And Party's got it again. His shot ripped that wide. Will ricochet all the way down the ice to Impact defenseman. Weren't sure who was going to go get it. Wars pushed into the boards. Puck squirts loose into the corner. Boland on it first. This is Boland holding it along the boards. He kept in. Avery fanned on that shot attempt, and finally it comes out. Canning, I think, was headed to the bench. Pass came to him.
I think so.
And he gave it away. He's got it again. Canning, Lambert, now Canning heads off. Lambert lifts it high into the corner. Maloney on it. Rings it around the boards. That got by Carey. Green keeps it in. Green with a shot towards the goal. It was deflected.
Good deflection, too.
Stopped before it got to the goal. The Growlers have it. James Strickland for the Impact to Locke. So a much better start to the third period tonight for the Impact than what they had last night. They've increased their lead to 2. Still a lot of time to go, and we know the Growlers are capable of scoring.
Yeah, they got some really good offensive opportunities up front, and of course Devereaux's a great.
There's a chance. That one off of Joey Green off the glass. Good shift here for the Growlers. Block a little bit behind Fowler. That missed Tucker. Green's got it. Green gets rid of it. He was being pressured. Devereaux. That missed Tucker. And they're saying he touched it, so no icing.
Not sure what he touched there. Definitely wasn't the puck.
Didn't look like it. Fudge. Dump it in. Devereaux back to get it.
50-50 has not been claimed yet. Last 4 digits, 4-3, 9-0. C. Jones, get your money. 4-3, 9.
That's still icing.
Yeah, O'Brien got a piece of it, but he was on his own side of the red line. So this time, as you say, Robert, it is icing. 17:05 to go. Third period.
George, most coaches start to break periods down, and it's easy to go, you're 5 minute, you're 5 minute, you're 5 minute. But when you have a quick goal, then you want to say, I want 3 good shifts in a row. That's each of your lines going, unless, if you're going with your 4th line. They had one real good one. They need 2 more really good ones in a row, and they'll eat up 4 minutes.
Growlers have it. O'Brien. Swing wide against Price. Gets it to the side of the goal. Now in behind. Lambert. Up the middle. Devereaux knocks it down.
That's icing again. And George, I don't mind that play by Lambert over there. He's over on the right-hand boards. He's a left-handed shooter. He doesn't have a passing option. As a matter of fact, he's over there, and the board player is him. So he really doesn't have it. If you remember last night, there was icing after icing after icing.
Yeah.
He just flips that one high and out of the zone, a safe play, and it gives them a chance to get fresh troops out there, knocks 25, 30 seconds off the clock, but it's a safe play.
Just a quick update. That's why I was doing a quick check of the Facebook pages, and I see that the Cataracts over in Cornerbrook are leading the Royals 4-0.
Oh, wow.
And Andre Gill, who is
playing
tonight, has got himself a goal.
Oh, wow. Andre's
gone from head coach to player. And another icing against the Growlers. This is the mirror, like you say, of what we saw last night with the Impact icing the puck throughout the third period.
And the Impact will take that each and every shift. Who's behind the bench tonight for the Cataracts? George is.
I didn't see it, but I am told that Paul Glavine is going to be running the bench.
Wow.
Andre Gill.
I must have the
back
text
playing.
You didn't tell me that.
I can't believe you didn't know.
Well,
I was told this a couple of days before Christmas. Where have you been?
Well,
not like you to not be.
I spent
right on
2
top
or 3
of this
days,
stuff.
2 or 3 days with him over the holidays and up to his house on Boxing Night.
Oh, didn't tell you.
Well, I think that they're a little secretive now, right? That happens. I mean, they're going on a golf trip. They didn't invite me.
Oh, wow. That's cardinal sin there. I mean, not to tell you who's coaching and who's playing. That's one thing, but not to invite you on a golf trip.
And I'm working. I could have taken a week off easily.
Two more years, right, Robert?
1.5.
1.5, sorry. Play all the golf you want then, hey?
A little bit more.
Long pass up to Lambert, trying to get around the outside. Lambert feeds it in front for Locke, just beyond his reach. Couldn't get a stick on it. Locke behind the goal for Lambert, tried to bank it off the goaltender. That didn't work. It's back at the point. Dump back in. Chafe. Back to Gillespie. Lifts it high down into the far corner. Green on it first, off the boards to Lambert. Lambert off the boards and out. Long pass up for Locke. Locke trying to get her on the outside of Gillespie. Locke goes down. Gillespie just good body position.
Did a good job of closing. Really good patience by Price there then.
Reed Chafe. He gets it to Philpott. Philpott had it poked away from him, and out it comes. Gillespie forced back into his own end.
You can hear Coach Casey yelling from here. He's saying inside. What he means there is defend inside the dots, force players wide. You can hear it all the way up this way.
Devereaux in along the boards. Comes back to him. Impact. Get it out. Canning. Just beyond the reach of War. Devereaux banks it off the boards. Keynes has it. Keynes. Keynes the blue line. Drop pass back for Philpott. That one off a leg. Goes in behind the goal.
Philpott's got to be a little, sorry, George, he's got to be a little bit more patient on that. There was nothing there.
Green comes away. He's got a little room to roam. It's Joey Green. Gains the blue line. A long shot in, blockered away by Kirby. Down to 12:49 to go here in the third period. Impact have increased their lead to 4-2.
Joey Green, who likes to rush the puck, and I encourage D-Man to rush the puck. I think and sometimes he probably shouldn't, but in this particular situation, he had a lot of white ice, and he was able to get up there and get a good quality shot on net. That's a good rush.
Green broke that up as Andy Knight was in behind him. If he'd gotten the pass,
and they're going to
had a good chance.
You're going to look at the Pinnacle Growlers, George. They're going to be looking at trying to get guys up behind D-Man right now.
Boland, he lost it behind the goal. Impact come up with it off the glass. Devereaux holds it in. This one will come out. Jumping on it is Fowler. Fowler, one-on-one with Pilgrim. Boland comes in to help out. He's got it for the Growlers. Again, Green got a stick in the way of that. Knight was trying to sneak behind him a second time.
It's the same play.
Yep.
Two good reads there by D-Man for the Impact. Joey Green, veteran defenseman.
Price off the boards looking for Canning. Canning wins it, gets it behind the goal. Price stumbled a little bit, gets it off the boards. Can't get it out, kept in by the Growlers. There's a shot. That went off a stick over the top of the goal. Good shift here for the Growlers. Knight trying to play it out in front. War off the boards. That shot comes in from the boards right on net, and Colburn's got it.
And we know that Devereaux is going to shoot it from everywhere, but George, Boland and Skinner, and they've worked well together all night. They really moved the puck well. Dobbin over on the far side as well, but they've had some good scoring opportunities. But one of the things, and Avery's over there with them as well, and you'll see them, they're keeping the puck in deep, and it's just making you work that much harder to try to get the puck out.
Backhand attempt kicked away by Colburn. Carey back at the point. Growlers coming on now. Here's Dobbin, little toe drag, and that's blocked. A good shot block. Brady War with the good play, and then he follows up on it and gets it down deep.
That was a great job by War there, because it was looking very, very bad for Impact at that particular point in time.
Yeah, Growlers were coming on, had the puck in the Impact end for a prolonged period of time. Now they go right back on the offense. Down by 2. Here's Dobbin. A little extra stick handle at the blue line. Lost control. It'll come out. Party gets to center. Backhands it in. Heads to the bench. Jack Chafe up at the blue line. Again, they try and make that long pass. Coburn comes out to play. Conley to the boards. Fudge off the boards and out. Dobbin hustling back. Kosh watching him. Hanrahan in there as well. Hanrahan comes up with it. Jaden Hanrahan into the corner. Back at the point. Vardy. Brings it around the boards. Hughes is going to have to hustle if he's pinching in. He does.
That was a good
deep.
pinch.
Vardy keeps it deep. Hanrahan. They'll keep it down in the corner up against the boards. Hanrahan racing to the bench. It's replaced by Hernet. Player goes down. That's going to be a penalty to the Impact. Tripping. So the Impact were doing a great job. Pick up a penalty down 200 feet from your own net. That's not a good thing.
I don't even think that Locke upends him here, George. I think that as he pokes the puck away.
Apparently our picture has frozen up.
As Locke pokes the puck away, the Pinnacle Growler player is coming back, and he actually trips over his own guy.
Just checking with our camera and Steve. We've got the same issue with the power. Hearing no, we will continue. We'll try and get that fixed for you folks. In the meantime, we'll continue to give you the play-by-play as the Growlers are on the power play. The puck is down in the Impact end along the right boards, down in the corner. Plays it behind the goal. Skinner tried to backhand it out in front. Comes loose. Kept in by the Growlers out at the blue line. Just kept onside. Boland plays it to the boards. He's pushed to the boards just inside the blue line. Now goes the other side. Avery tried to play it. Puck squirts loose, and getting a stick on it was Purdy. Send it down the ice.
Good aggressive penalty killing them by the Impact. That's going to be icing.
As it's dumped down the ice by the Growlers. And again, we have got our picture frozen up. But the old software not responding. So folks, what we may have to do, if you're listening, I may have to stop the software, reboot it, and try and get it back. So bear with us. Growlers in their own end. Player over skated the puck. Knight plays it back into his own end. Devereaux forced back behind his goal. Minute left to go in the power play. Growlers still backing up in their own end. Here's Devereaux inside his blue line. Drops it back for Avery. Now Avery up through the middle. Avery in over the blue line with some speed. Trying to swing wide. Takes it around behind the goal. Avery still with it. Takes it to the far boards. Back to the point for Devereaux. Devereaux plays it into the side of the goal. Backhand. Colburn with the save. Puck is loose there in the crease. Comes out. Growlers are on it. Comes back towards the blue line. Over the other side. Shot. Colburn with a save. Price is on the rebound, can't get it out. Avery's got it again, into the middle, and the Impact come up with it. Send it down the length of the ice.
Devereaux made a great play, just got it into his forward down.
And we are back. Quick reboot of the software there, and we're back live again. Let's get the score updated. There it is. Third period, 4-2. 7:14 to go. I hate when that happens, Robert, because now what I've got to do is I've got to go back and edit the game and splice the two parts, because it's going to make two different files where we stopped it and started it. I got to go and put it back together before I can upload it to YouTube and all that sort of thing.
That is exciting.
Yeah, makes a lot of work.
Let me know how it goes, would you?
I can tell you really care.
Yeah, I do. I love technology when somebody else can do it.
Here's Joey Green. As the Impact killed off that penalty.
Big kill.
And we have locked up again, folks.
Oh,
something is in the works here tonight. Not sure what's going on.
Kind of scary.
But a little irritating. 6.5 to go. Tilly outside his own blue line for the Growlers heads up the ice. We're going to have to do the same thing again, folks. Bear with us, please. And we're back again. Hopefully, third time's a charm. Just under 5 minutes left to go. Still 4-2. As the Impact killed off that last penalty. Knocked down in the Impact end. Back to Gillespie. His shot goes wide. Kept in by Maloney behind the goal. Growlers coming on a little bit here late in the third. Just down by 2. Lots of time left yet. 4.5 to go. That shot right on goal. Colburn's got that and holds on.
Well, George, while we were out for a 45 to 55 second stretch, the Pinnacle Growlers had the puck down inside of the Impact zone for the entire time and had 3 or 4 quality chances. Ken Hoffling, public address announcer, making the call that the game is 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
We will be back, and hopefully we'll kick the gremlins out of our software. Haven't had that issue in a long time.
No.
With the, you just look back and suddenly you get that little circle spinning and saying not responding.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, don't like that at all. So, Robert, that means another edit I've got to do.
That's 2 edits, short.
I've got this game now in 3 files. I've got to put them together in one.
Really?
Down the ice it goes. Again, Kirby out to play it. He'll just leave it there this time. He looked up the ice, but nobody open.
He wanted to make the pass. Oh, that's a tripping penalty.
No call.
Well, that's a good no call then.
It's cleared out. Devereaux rips it in high off the glass, getting to it first. Canes as the Impact were changing.
Looking down at the Pinnacle Growlers goalie, wondering when it's going to be coming. Should be shortly, I would think.
Yeah, 3:20 to go, down by 2.
I think on this particular, if they get a puck possession, once you hit inside the 3-minute mark, that's time enough to get out. You're down by 2.
And shot in, wide of the goal, into the corner. Chopped back out.
Hit off someone's glove on the bench.
Yep, went into the Impact bench.
Probably a good time to call a timeout. Doesn't look like anything coming for the Pinnacle Growlers. I'm really surprised. I was looking at the goaltender. He wasn't even looking over at the bench.
Well, right now he's out between the face-off circle. So again, it's going to be one of these cases of win the face-off and race to the bench. Instead, the Impact win it. So Kirby stays in his net. Devereaux sends it in. Green gets to it first, just dumps it out to center. All this is keeping the goaltender in the net for now. Devereaux forced back by Canning. Tucker around the boards. Pilgrim. Impact just sitting back. Clog up center. Devereaux, though, breaks that with a good move. A shot. Oh, that did miss by very much.
And George, the goaltender, is not even making any indication to come.
No, he came out between the circles on that last face-off, but he's been deep in his net since.
But he does that anyway, George. And I looked over. I couldn't believe it on the rush when Devereaux had the puck. Even now.
I mean, Devereaux shot. That missed that far post by inches. Cleared out. Under 2 to play now. Fowler has it. Back to Green.
Yeah, he's got to go
Green
up the board.
almost gave it away. That's kept in.
Yeah, he's got to
Touched
go up
by
the
a high
boards with
stick.
that one. One waved it up, the other one called a high stick.
It was called a high stick. I thought the Impact player may have touched it first.
He did.
Okay.
The linesman made a good call. The referee overruled him. But Joey Green has got that puck, George. He's backing up on the left side. He's going up to the middle of the rink. 2 guys in front of him. He needs to go with the soft, easy dump up the left side. Do not do anything that's going to cost you. I'm still surprised that the goaltender is not anywhere near coming out. I'm mystified by that one.
Just down inside the blue line. Everybody piling in there. Time ticking away. Kill about 10 seconds just right inside the blue line. That roll right to the goaltender. Another chance. Wraparound.
Now the goaltender is gone and Impact got possession of the puck.
Well, they'll keep it in. Now the Growlers have it with the goaltender out. Impact with it. Locke. Got to get to center. He does. Off the stick. Goes out of play into the penalty box. Face-off will be just outside the Growlers' blue line. 1:11 to go. Well, yeah, that's where they're going to bring the face-off. And Kirby's going to stay on the bench.
Oh, just as well now.
Oh,
okay, maybe
I
not.
thought he was. Now he comes back out. But the Growlers have got 6 skaters out there. That's one too many. Skinner heads off.
A little too many, right?
Chafe. Long pass up for Knight. Knight trying to break in. Knight forced wide. Good play by
It's going to be
Price.
It's going to be a penalty here for the Impact as well. And that's
Price is going to get called for a hold.
Yeah, that's a play that he can't get beat on, George, right? He's the D-man, or excuse me, the forward's beyond him. He's got to get back there.
So a little life now for the Growlers. 55 seconds to go. Kirby gone to the bench again. Timeout, Growlers.
Yeah, not surprising there at all. But as a D-man, and I was watching the forward for the Pinnacle Growlers, he's looking behind the blue line. You don't mind him. If he wants to lurk behind the blue line, that's fine. But once he comes back inside the blue, you've got to get back on the blue line because he's got your space. And he's a big, strong forward as well, right? And that's one of the things that you try to prevent against. Right now, this is a critical face-off. And the other side of it, you can ice the puck as much as you want now. It doesn't matter. Get the face-off and just get rid of it from from an Impact point of view. Right now, and you know, the face-off is going to come back to the left side for the Pinnacle Growlers, and they're going to look at trying to isolate Devereaux with the best shot of these 2 teams here tonight.
Nick Devereaux from Holyrood. Yeah, possesses a great shot. He just missed a couple of minutes
did,
ago.
George.
So he came down the right side and ripped one, looking far side in the goal. And
just a wrist shot.
Yeah, maybe just a couple of inches that missed that far post.
You got Bolin and Skinner out here. They had 2 really good shifts in a row. Captain and Avery out here as well. And you got Chafe on D.
Okay, here's Jack Chafe. Pulls it down deep. Boland's got it behind the Impact goal. Puck bounced right in the slot area. Shot. Colburn's got it and hangs on. Knight had to wait for that puck to settle just a little bit.
Yeah, it bounced a little bit on him.
There's Avery into the middle for Knight. Couldn't handle it. And that will be kept onside by Devereaux. Now it's cleared out. Race is on. Lambert's got an empty net. Lambert looking at it. Lambert scores.
There it is, George.
That'll do it.
One of the things you got to say about the Impact, and hats off to them, they had 2 good periods last night. 2 good periods tonight. They could have easily thought about last night, but they came back with a solid third period here tonight. And one of the things that you say to each other is that at least we know that we can compete. And that's all you can ask for each and every night. Good board battle, and of course, Lambert very strong on the puck, killing that penalty. I was able to get to the puck and get it in.
So 5-2 now for the Impact. Growlers still on the power play. They will be the rest of the period, which only has 22 seconds left to go in it. They're just going to play this one out. 12 seconds to go. Gillespie will just hold it there. And a nice response for the Impact after going to last night's game up by a goal. Gave up 4.
Yes.
And ended up losing 5-2. Tonight they score a couple more in the third period to win it 5-2. Last night they lost 5-2.
Couple good board battles, George. And the thing is about it is that, you know, when you have a tough loss like the Impact had last night, it creeps into your psyche. And one of the things is that what I really liked about tonight, they played a strong game between the dots, and they were able to close gaps. Tonight, the Pinnacle Growlers played a good game, but the Impact, not only did they play very well offensively, but they were good down low, and they made a couple of key blocks when they needed. War made a really good block on the top of the blue line there. 6 or 7 minutes ago when they had all of the momentum. Pinnacle at me, and that I thought was a real good turning point in the third period.
Yeah, they played very well in the third period. I say the Growlers did have chances. They had a lot of possession down the Impact end, but when they did get free, Colburn came up with some good saves. Logan Colburn in net.
He did
for the Impact tonight. Had a very good game. There's the final shots on goal, 25-21, favoring the Growlers. But it's the Impact who come away with the win. So we play the rubber match, the Who Shall, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. We'll have that game for you here on AO.live. And that'll do it for tonight.
Yes.
Game each, 5-2, both games. All right, we're going to call it a night. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, to bring you Game 3 of this weekend series between the Traction Central Impact and the Pinnacle Growlers. On behalf of Robert Golding, our cameraman Steve Noseworthy, my name is George Scott. Folks, have yourselves a great night. So long, everyone.